Akash Inti, your favorite reflection of you. Today from the Sola Art Gallery. It's incredible because this gallery is kind of like a recording studio slash art gallery slash creative space slash, well, it's got a little bit of everything. And I really, really enjoy that about it because it's given me the ability to really sit with myself in a space that's very open. Ceilings are about at least 10 feet, but I'd say probably closer to 20 feet. The space itself is probably close to 100 by 90, so it's quite a large space and offers and affords the ability for lots of ideas to flow. And I found that just in very open space, it's really easy to think and it's really easy to create from there because there isn't much really, if you will, taking up space. Rather, there's a lot of space that is open to be created into. And so this is a really, really interesting concept because to create, it takes a lot of, it takes space, actually. It truly takes space to create. And what do I mean by it takes space? Well, think of, let's talk about like a water bottle or a vase or some type of container. In order to fill the container, there needs to be some type of thing which fills it. So that could be a liquid, it could be a solid, it could be something of this nature. So it could be water that fills the water bottle or the vase. It could be flowers, it could be sand. And the creation happens in the filling of the container. So while the container is being filled, there's a creation happening. That vase, that empty vase, turns into a flower holder or some such thing, or that empty bottle turns into a bottle of water. So there's inherently something that's created when there's a filling of a space. It goes from a space or a container to something new as a consequence of this filling. And it's interesting because it's in that space that like I mentioned, that creativity is able to occur and to flow and to happen. And I love it. There's something so beautiful about that whole process in and of itself of, well, what is it that ends up filling that space? And for how long, and for why is it doing that? And there's so many questions that may arise out of creation, yet nonetheless, creation still happens, and it has happened. So really, really just an interesting little observation on my end. Yet nonetheless, today's been spent really delving deep into study, and I love that. Some of my favorite days are really the times where all I do is I just focus on what it is that I love to create. So that could be my avatar, creating myself, and really just coming up with new creative ways as to how am I going to represent myself to the world, which is really, really funny because it represents myself to the world. I really like that. But as well, it's also the time of thinking through what are the ideas that I want to fill in this space of my head? Or what are those things that I want to put into this mind to create something new? It's by putting new things into your mind that you actually manifest that physically in terms of the way of your being, in the way of your talking, in the way of your acting, in the way of your doing, and inevitably what you end up having around you as well as within you. So it's cool by implementing ideas into your head, by installing new ideas or programs into your mind, into that space, you end up creating a whole new way of being and a personality or a new behavior or a new habit. And to me, that's absolutely, absolutely fascinating because there's just nothing, there's no ends to it, you know? you can constantly keep doing this with our own minds and really recreating ourselves every single moment, every single day. So this is what I have for you guys today. I guess it's on being creative, or on creating, if you will. But keep up, thrive, and stay sexy.